Right, today I'm going to be reacting to Low by David Bowie. I've done multiple David Bowie albums on this channel at this point. This one's a little bit later, 1977. I think the other ones I've done were a little bit earlier, like I've done Hunky Dory, which was 71. I've done Black Star, of course, and I've heard Ziggy Stardust. But yeah, we're going to hop into this. I don't know too much about this going into it. Make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. There's a link in the description down below. And we're going to hop into the first track, which is Speed of Life. Whoa. What the fuck? Kind of electronic. It's crunchy. Okay, instrumental opening. It has almost like an industrial feel to it. Very punchy, very bombastic. Still has kind of the typical theatrics that you'd kind of expect from a Bowie track, but wow, very different from anything I've heard from him. All right, next track is Breaking Glass. Oh my god. Such a wonderful person. Whoa. But you got problems. Love the panning of that synth. Really good. This is so strange. This is so different from everything else I've heard from Bowie. It's a completely different world. What the? Okay, let's just keep going. What in the world? That's what I'm thinking right now. What in the world? What? The synth worked. What the heck? You're just a little girl with gray eyes. Never mind. Say something. Wait until the crowd cries. I'm in the mood for your love. For your love. For your love. For your love. Like 8-bit synth. It's a little bit Talking Heads-esque. The lyrics are definitely a little bit more simplistic on this album so far. Not as like worried with crazy like imagery or metaphor or symbolism. Yeah, I said a little bit Talking Heads-esque. Obviously 77 is actually, that might have been right when the Talking Heads debut came out. I think it is actually, because it's, yeah, Talking Heads 77. So I don't know if there's any influence there, because this is, you know, really before Talking Heads started taking off. But yeah, it's electronic. It's a little bit like industrial, like I said. Drums are crazy punchy. It still has like the typical Bowie theatrical style to the songwriting at points. That like 8-bit synth on that was, I don't know if it, like, that's what I'm just calling it. I don't know if it actually is that, but it sounds like those like 8-bit game, like synths you hear in a video game, right? Okay, next track is Sound and Vision. 100 million streams on this one. A little bit funky. That sound, that percussion sound is crazy. What is that? Whoa. Whoa. Glistening synths. Woo. Whoa. Whoa, we're close to the mic here. Love the bass groove here. Interesting. Kind of a funky feel to that track. A little bit more upbeat, a little bit more like accessible, or like it just landed a bit more on a first listen for me. A little bit more like traditional David Bowie vocals too. It seems to be a song about lacking inspiration artistically. I will sit down waiting for the gift of sound and vision, and I will sing waiting for the gift of sound and vision, drifting into my solitude over my head. Which it's kind of a heartbreaking track in that way. Like an artist that is maybe not, feels like they're not getting those ideas, or not feeling perceptive to those ideas, or just lacking inspiration is, a very, very heartbreaking thing. But I'm still like having a hard time getting my footing here, and like this is just so different than what I was expecting. All right, next track is Always Crashing in the Same Car. Interesting title.
Every chance that I take, I was always looking left and right. Oh, but always crashing in the same car. Jasmine, I saw you beeping.
I'm loving just closing my eyes and just floating along to this one. Oh, that fill.
But I'm
These like watery synths.
always crashing in the same car.
Oh, I hear the keys coming in there. That's good. Oh. Wow. I mean, a heartbreaking sentiment to the lyrics. Always crashing in the same car, always making the same mistake over and over again. Maybe not learning from that mistake. Jasmine, I saw you peeping as I pushed my foot down to the floor. Must have been touching close to 94. So that's of him just like pushed my foot down to the floor, hitting the gas. Close to 94, I'm guessing, in miles per hour or whatever in terms of speed. Yeah, this album's very like, I don't know, he seems very low. I mean, if we're taking the the title of the album literally, very, very down on this album, and just the songs as a result are a little bit more like simplistic and stripped back lyrically, but just what's happening instrumentally is not what I was expecting at all. This is insane. And it's crazy how like electronic and like 80s it feels, but it's 77, like it truly feels ahead of its time in that way. Oh my god, a little Motown piano.
Sometimes you get so lonely. Sometimes you get nowhere.
The production on this whole thing is unbelievable. It truly feels larger than life.
Sometimes you get so lonely.
That piano is crazy. Oh, the bass here. Love the doubling up of the notes. It's so like nimble.
Sometimes you get so lonely.
This is just an anthem. This is a banger. Sometimes you get so lonely. Oh. That was great. Let's keep it going. New career in a new town. Instrumental. Interesting kick sound. Ugh. It's just kaleidoscopic. It's crazy. The harmonica? Oh my god, dude. Oh. These subtle pads here. That lead synth. Oh my god, dude. This is crazy. Oh, those keys! They have like an uncanny quality to them. This track is so otherworldly, it's crazy. I've never heard anything like it. Yeah, that's a one-of-a-kind track. That's probably my favorite so far. There's something inherently like lonely about a harmonica. I don't know why. Maybe that's just the context that you see it being played in. It just gives off this lonely feel. And then you pair that with this like spacey synth work, that like those distant like glistening keys. All of it just comes together in something that, in a way that feels so Bowie. It feels so him, but it's so like otherworldly at the same time. And again, very one of a kind, unlike anything I've heard. That was crazy. And we're already like approaching the end of this album too. We do have some longer tracks towards the end here, but like I've been recording for 25 minutes, and that felt like 10 minutes at most. All right, next track is Warszawa. Like Warsaw, but like Zawa at the same time, I guess. What? Oh my god. This is menacing. Oh, this is so gloomy, so bleak. So yeah, the title is based off Warsaw, in Poland. But it's interesting, titling it, spelling it a little bit different. It's like almost like an alternate reality Warsaw, you know? It's like Bowie's version of Warsaw. So beautiful. The harmonies, bro. This is so lush. Oh, going to the minor chord there. Oh my god. Synth is crazy. Is that him? It's gotta be him. It really does feel like a cold, bleak, colorless European city. That was great. Apparently this track was inspired by Bowie's trip to Warsaw, and his attempt to capture the feeling of the city. So there's some sort of chant going on here. Some sort of chant that it says was inspired by a recording of a Balkan boys choir. Apparently the band Joy Division was originally named Warsaw in honor of this song, and that's Joy Division actually was something I was going to bring up earlier in terms of like, this feels very like, kind of like it's laying the groundwork for something like Joy Division. You know, Joy Division being very bleak and disparate and cold. That track is all those things, and it feels like a, you know, a predecessor to that. That was fantastic. I mean, like, just so unbelievably lush. The melodic work too, like, it still had discernible, like, beautiful little ornate instrumental arrangements and little melodies that were just so beautiful, almost classical feeling in a way. I'm so happily surprised by this album. Next track is Art Decade. Another instrumental. Wow. Okay. Oh my dude! I'm geeking out, bro. The synth work is so good. But like hearing it with Bowie's ear for like interesting melodies too is just such a treat. Like this feels like something I hear in like, gives me like a Clockwork Orange vibes. For some reason, I don't know why. God. Bowie just like casually making some of like the best ambient tracks you'll ever hear. What the fuck is going on, man? Do we even call this ambient? I don't even know. I love that little like that little glistening little thing, you know? I don't even know what to call it. Right there. It's like a nice little ornament, nice little cherry on top. I can't believe how good this back half is. This is crazy. Weeping Wall. Another instrumental. Okay. Okay, we're just full on ambient art rock. What an interesting, like, time signature to this. What is it? Is it 3/4? It's almost like it's switching every bar. I don't know. It's like a metallic feel to everything here. It's like I can't get a sense of where the rhythmic like bass line to this track is, but it's so interesting because of that. Every little texture feels like it has a life of its own. I love how the vocals pair with that warbly synth. That was such a treat. I loved the first half of this album, but man, the second half is really like stunning. And again, we're taking this dive into this like more ambient and instrumental, cold, atmospheric kind of lane here, and it's really being done masterfully. Like the texture work is brilliant. It feels so cold, but not like boring. You know, I feel like some of the music in this lane, when it tries to go for a very cold and gloomy sound, it can kind of just feel lifeless and boring. But this is not that at all. Let's keep going. On to the last track, Subterraneans. It's almost 6 minutes. Very in line with what made Another Green World so good. Oh my god! Dude, that bass. I want to live in this album. It's obviously cold and gloomy, but it's so inviting at the same time. The sax? Oh. Beautiful vibrato on those vocals. Oh, man. Oh, that was beautiful. What the... Dude, this is not what I was expecting at all, but I'm so blown away, specifically by the second half of this track, or this album. Somehow, some of the most, like, expansive and lush, but also just so Bowie and so unique. I feel like I've probably done this wrong, you know, in terms of Bowie's discography, because I skipped a bunch of albums. Like, I probably should have done Heroes before this one. I probably should have done Aladdin Sane as well. Probably Station to Station too, to be honest. But I'll do those at some point. I don't know why I did this one. The cover was speaking to me. And I'm, again, happily surprised. Not what I was expecting at all, but seeing him go in this more art rock and like kind of ambient instrumental lane is very, very interesting, and I feel like he does it with so much of his own still like artistic identity, you know. It still feels super Bowie. Those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know any backstory that, you know, kind of went into this album. I'm sure there's lots of stories and lots of insight that Bowie fans have in terms of where he was at when he was making this album. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.